Hi everyone, and welcome back to Kids Craft 2. This month is St. Patrick's Day, and we're going to be doing a fun 4-leaf clover collage. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so we're going to start out with the craft pack. I have a plate that we're going to put the paint on, a background piece, and 2 cutouts of clovers. And then we have a sponge and some things that you can use later to adorn it. And then I have some Mod Podge here we'll use at the end, 4 packs of paint and a pack of glue and some swabs to use to the glue and maybe even use for the paint. It's up to you. And also, I'm going to clear off my plate here. If you picked up a piece of foil to cover your work area, that's good. If you have some at home, maybe reuse it. So we'll clear this all up and we'll get started. So the first thing you'll do is get a pair of scissors and cut these apart. It's really hard working with them when they're together, but it makes it nice so they don't leak into your craft bag. So we're going to set the glue aside, and we're going to go ahead and cut a little tip off of each baggie so that we can squirt it onto our plate and separate them a little bit. And again, just set that glue packet aside for now. So the first thing you're going to do is pick a color that you want to do your background, and that's where we're going to start. I started with the darker one. I think it'll show up a little bit better, but then I'm going to throw in a little bit of scraping in some different lighter colors to give it some character. And then you're going to set that aside and let it dry completely. Think about how you want to lay those clovers on your background, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to do some really fun things with these. First, maybe give them just a little coat of a color you like, and then you can dab in some different colors and make it a little bit interesting. Plaid's a big thing over there in Ireland, so I thought it was fun to do some stripes with my sponge and then kind of go over it with a different color the other direction, and it turned out to have a really nice plaid effect. But you can do what you want. You can even make some polka dots on it if you want. I really like the plaid, so I did that on both of my things, but I'll show you the polka dots here in a second. Now you can use the bottom of this sponge thing, but I've found that the eraser of a pencil works a lot better for polka dots. So see, this doesn't work as good, but the eraser works a lot better. So give that time to dry completely, and then you're ready to glue them on. So we're going to snip the corner of this glue packet off, and then we're going to use the Q-tip to put glue around the edges of the back of the clover. You're only going to use some of the glue because you're going to need some of the glue later too. Not a whole lot because you're just gluing on the buttons and the gems, but just go ahead and squeeze just part of the glue out for now. Just enough that we can put the edges on the clovers. We don't have to glue them down like a hurricane's coming because we are going to Mod Podge over this, so it's all going to stay on there anyway. But yeah, just glue it around the edge. Once you get the glue on there, you might have to hold it down a little bit. The edges wanted to pop up just a little bit, but it really, again, doesn't matter because we are going to Mod Podge it. But I held mine down probably more than I needed to worry about. So you're going to let that all dry, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the buttons and the gems on. So I squeezed out some more glue, and I found the easiest thing to do was use these swabs and just put the glue on the buttons and the gems. So I laid them out how I wanted to do it first, and then I just picked them up and put the glue on, and there you go. And if it oozes out, that's okay. That glue dries clear and it won't bother it at all. And again, we're going to Mod Podge over this whole thing anyway, so There you go. And let this dry completely. And I think I forgot to tell you earlier, but make sure you wash out your sponge before this next step. Very important. So after you've let the whole thing dry, get out your Mod Podge container and your clean sponge and just Mod Podge over the whole thing and let that completely dry, and then enjoy your masterpiece. That's it for this month. I hope you enjoyed the craft, and join me next month for another fun kids craft too. And have a happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye, everybody.